What's up, guys? Okay, so this is just a quick intro notice. The file for the daily chat got kind of corrupted, so I had to pull the data off of the VOD, and as a result, it was muted for like the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes of the show, for past the intro theme song and all that. So you're just gonna jump right in. Mainly, it was just me saying hello. How is everybody? I'm back. Let me go get Devious. Got Devious. Then we were just getting into what Devious was doing, and he was talking about how he was shoutcasting tournaments, and we got into discussing positioning on Twitch and all that. So from that point on, let's jump into positioning on Twitch and carry on with the daily chat. My other channels. So
World of Warships is another similar game. If you play World of Warships, you do get see their community want to make the game more popular. They want it to reach more people, and so they one enterprising individual in particular runs their own website which showcases, it's all about World of Warships,
right,
and on that website it showcases streamers who are currently playing, and you get a lot of traffic that way because
dude,
it is a popular website.
That's a great way to do things. Like, let's see here. Hopefully this doesn't show porn. Okay, so here's XCOM 2. Okay, when you look at my screen, you'll see XCOM 2 is on here. It's pretty far down. Not gonna lie, like it's pretty far down there. It's only got 100 people viewing it. But you got to think though. This is at 12 p.m. in the afternoon. There's 100 people viewing this game, and this guy is like the king of XCOM. He pretty much runs the XCOM channel. But if you were to stream this game, you would automatically be on the front page. Therefore, you'd automatically have an exposure percentage far higher than, let's say, if you go to the World of Warcraft channel where Soda Poppin' is. Yeah, you're not getting seen for anything. Like, no one will ever find you at this level. So for Twitch, for something like that, for like Dirty Bomb, great games to stream. Just fantastic games. And they grant you so much extra leverage in terms of trying to grow your viewership hard and fast.
Yeah, and in that viewership, people like to, obviously they have their own favorite streamers.
Right.
But they also like to, jump around.
They do jump around, absolutely.
View
Especially if
people.
like if I was there right now, okay? If I was in the XCOM 2 channel right now, and Llama Chop goes offline, for the viewers that were there to watch XCOM, they're just gonna jump to the next guy who's in that channel who's good. Like, they'll jump between the, 10, 12 channels streaming it, and they'll find someone there. If they like them, they'll stay.
Yeah.
And I had a point to this. Sorry. Wow. I've been trying to work on that so hard, but it's just failing so badly. But no, like, to get those jumpers in, like, be engaging enough to keep them, those type of things help a lot. Like Carnage, probably one of the biggest streamers on Twitch right now. Even he has gone on record as saying, if you're gonna stream, like, say, a brand new game, like a AAA title coming out, if you're a small streamer, you wait until all the big streamers are gone, like next week. You wait a week. You wait 7 days, 14 days before you start playing that game, because to play a big AAA title where all the big streamers are is hard for exposure. But to get those easy ones coming in, just wait it out, or go to a game like Dirty Bomb, like XCOM, that have the dedicated viewer base. That's all they want to watch, and you can grow a lot that way really fast. And like I said, at nighttime when I stream on my other gaming channels that I test, like, ideas and stuff out on before I bring them over here, it's what I've done. It's been really good for me too. Like, and that's the thing though. Like, I was able to grow not one, not two, but 3 channels, because it's all about the quality of the broadcaster too. Like, the game can take you so far, but you got to have that quality coming into it.
Hi, Batgirl. Hi.
What's up, Batgirl? I'll be alone for. I don't know where she is getting all these fucking quotes. Dude, does she write them on like a notepad or something? And BK, what's going on, baby doll? Yeah, BK, Batgirl was missing you on my build live stream, man. She was missing the hell out of you. By the way, did you see that video I put up on my YouTube channel?
build?
Well, when you came in that one night, I was just testing out that new Cooler Master case that they had sent me, and then I did the actual video, like
You
off.
said you were editing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I apologize, but by the time you get stuff uploaded, I've already been and done other things and slept.
Oh yeah, no, no,
So, yeah,
no.
I
It's not.
haven't seen it.
No, but like it's the first time I ever used my green screen, like the new one I built. It's the first time
Oh,
I've ever
right,
used
okay.
it, and I tried
Yeah.
a new video format that's like different, where it's almost like Weatherman style, where like I'm talking to the green screen, then superimpose all the stuff behind it,
Uh-huh.
and it was. I will say this one, yeah, that is a gigantic pain in the butt. Holy God! Like I'm having to figure out like I the lighting is okay, but I'm like, I need to get some like little LED panels or something to kind of
You
like,
need diffusal, is what you need.
I need the diffusal, but I just need to kind of, there's a few uh, dark spots that just because of the nature of how, of where the screen is located, a bulkhead is running over top, creating like this permanent shadow. Like I don't need diffusion. I actually just need pure light running up to the top just to break it off, because the bulkhead's causing too much of an overhang shadow. So I was working with that though. It's like I think I have it better for the next video, but it's like, wow, this was a learning experience. This video took 4 reshoots and a grand total of 24 hours of shooting and editing combined to get it out the door to a state that I was okay presenting, especially for a first time kind of trial. Like
And, well, it's all a learning experience, isn't it? I mean, next time you come to it, you won't be making those mistakes.
Exactly.
You won't be reworking things. And it'll be down to like 4 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Like I taped off the area of the basement where the camera's supposed to go, the height it's supposed to. I have tape everywhere now, so I can just automatically plunk the camera down, and I know it's automatically in focus. It's in focus on the spot that I want it to be at. And it was, once again, yeah, like I said, learning experience, but just, oh my God,
See,
horrific.
I don't think these are actual quotes.
Oh
I
no,
think
no, but
Batgirl is actually just saying, yeah, I think that's what Rex would say.
I wish that were true. I really, really do. But no, they're real
That's
quotes.
definitely something you would say.
No, it's something I have said. I know where some of these quotes came from. No, I wish they were made up, but no. She, and what's sad is like, not a lot of them are really that far out of context. It's like 2 steps away from context. Man, so obviously the okay, well, let's tackle the one of the big stories, especially since it
Okay.
affects you. It affects me, even though I am a UK citizen. It affects me a lot less than it does you. Brexit. How did that
Yes.
go? How did you vote?
I didn't.
You are the problem.
No, I'm not. You see, the issue is if we stay, nothing will change. If we vote to leave, nothing will change. It's that simple. Leaving is a very long process, and we've already established the British legal system does not like EU law as it is.
Right.
They try to keep it out. Yet there are regulations that we must follow, and that's fine. You know, we've bitten that bullet, but we're a self-regulating country anyway. It's the rest of the world that are making a song and dance about this, not England. England are just like, well, most of them are like, well, vote stay, whatever, vote leave, whatever.
You know, like, here's the thing though, like, a lot of, you gotta remember though, like, from maybe a political standpoint, yeah, maybe not much is gonna change politics wise, but there's more to geopolitics
No,
than just
trade won't change. Trade won't change.
trade might not change. Financing and markets did change. A
No,
trillion dollars fluctuated.
finances and markets, yeah, fluctuated. This is the fucking day after. Give it a couple of months and then
Give
come
it a
back
few
to
months, things will balance out. It always does. It
Exactly.
always does.
I mean, right now, the pound is slightly below the euro. But again, that's like a couple of nights after Brexit has been announced. And so, well, and even then, it's not even real law.
No, it's not. It's not actually
It
binding.
still has to go through Parliament.
Yeah,
And even the Prime Minister can turn around and, if he's got enough support in Parliament, can put the kibosh on it.
yeah. He really effed it up though. Like honestly, in all frankness, the vote should never have occurred. And it's just he
You
look.
see, it shouldn't
Dave
need to.
Cameron is a dick. Dave
Yes.
Cameron is a pompous dick, and I don't think anyone's
Yes.
really going to argue that point.
Nope. Preaching to the converted.
Like Vladimir Putin, of all people, Putin even said he's like this vote was brought on by his arrogance. It's like truer words have literally never been spoken.
Quite possibly, yeah. I mean, the thing is sort of like it. The England has wanted to self-regulate for a while.
Yes.
We dislike the fact that we're being told to do things. Again, we are the second highest contributor in the EU. The EU, though, that's the thing. I'm not anti-EU. The EU is a wonderful idea. The EU is a brilliant idea, and it works really well when everyone is doing well.
Yes.
When you have half the countries in there on the take,
When
I mean,
when
by
you have that
billions, this isn't by millions.
No,
you know,
billions.
sort of this and the other. This is by billions with the B. That's when it becomes detrimental. That's when the stronger governments and the stronger countries are going like, well, I'm paying so much into this shithole, and nothing's changing. I mean, Greece has turned around and said they will not pay anything. They are the worst. You know, they're completely on the take.
right.
I mean, they have no money to pay, which is kind of technically fair enough. But yeah, I mean, but they're not the only problem. You know, there's Spain. Spain doesn't even have a government right now. There's yeah, and there's at least another 4 countries whose names escape me, but they are on
Like
a
Czech Republic.
very pretty graph somewhere that are. You see, no, Czech Republic isn't actually one of the main ones.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Wow,
The-
amazing.
that are hoovering out money out of the system. And the thing is, it's sort of like when everybody's doing well, the EU is a wonderful, wonderful idea, and I heartily recommend it. Problem is when everyone isn't doing well, which is in the current climate.
Well,
Then, I mean, I tell you what, if EU had turned around and said, okay, rather than bringing Turkey in and all that stuff, you know, everything that's involved with that, you know, if we get rid of all this shite that's dragging the EU down, then, okay, I'd vote stay 100%. 5 votes for stay, 10. Easy.
Right.
You know, the EU is a wonderful thing, but when, I don't know, just think of it like your taxes.
no, I get it, but you know what though? That's you're gonna find that literally across the world. Everywhere in the world, you have.
Well, no, of course you will.
you
but
can't-
the point
you
is,
can't
you
have-
have an option.
Well, no, you can't have even flotation of funds across the board. You can't.
Well,
'Cause
no, I
that's
know
not-
you can't, but we have the option. That's the point. We can self-govern. We don't have to finance all this money to other people that we'll never see.
I guess, but
Believe it or not, one of the larger problems is things like Turkey being brought in.
oh yeah,
Now, the reasons for that are technically religious. And personally, then again, this is speaking only from my own personal experience. Turkey has a rather large Muslim
yes,
base, let's
Yes.
say. They don't have a law system that's based around religion, but it's close.
oh
Now,
okay.
I'm familiar with like Turkey, Pakistan, Afghanistan, those places, and as a person who is familiar with those areas, I don't want anything to do with them. Genuinely, I want to keep them as far away from me as humanly possible. I don't
Speaking-
want any kind of law I have
Mm-hmm.
governed by religion
Yes.
in any way, shape, or form at all.
Yes.
There is law and there's religion, and they should remain separate, and never the twain shall meet. In
Look.
those Islamic State countries, or Islam and Muslim countries, then those rules are those areas are quite greyed out. I don't have a problem with them doing it for themselves. I don't want that to happen in this country. Because if you were to replace, and this isn't a Muslim, this isn't a sort of like religion thing, an ideology thing, you can replace that with any religion, Catholic, Buddhism, so on and so forth, and I would still have the same point of view. It should not be part of law.
Mm-hmm. Speaking as a brown person, I don't want any kind of religious interference in my life, period, whatsoever.
Uh-huh.
Like, at all. And it gives me great pleasure to tell you I have zero knowledge of Turkey religious law or any of that, and I have no intention of knowing any of it. Because
I'm happy to get out of the EU before Turkey got in. That's all I'm saying.
Wow. So, if we want to boil this down for North American people, what he just said is, boy, I'm glad I got out of that neighborhood before the black people moved in.
Not even close, because
no, in North America, that's exactly what you just
Turkey
said.
doesn't really have black people. Well, they have Turkish. It's the Turks. So yeah.
Well, you know what though? It's like, I look, like I said, it doesn't really affect me all that much in any way, and I just know that the only thing I really focus on is markets. That's all because once again, that's really.
But Batgirl, this is just to address your issues, Batgirl. Nothing's going to change. That's the reality of it. There is much to do about nothing. People are making mountains out of molehills. We are a self-governing country. We have been before now. We still are, and we will be when we exit.
Okay, that one is out of context. That one is out of context, and you know it, Batgirl. Just saying. Context. That one's not in it.
Well, that is what you said.
No.
Well,
that was the interpretation of what you said towards a North American audience.
No, that's what you insinuated I said.
That is
that's
what
not
you said.
What I said. No, it's not what I said.
I'm glad we got out before Turkey got in is the exact same as North Americans saying, I am glad I got out of that neighborhood before the blacks moved. That is exactly what you just said.
Again, that's what you said. That's not what I said. I said, I'm glad England got out before Turkey got into the EU.
That's literally the same thing. How do you not see it?
No, it's not.
It is. How do you
We're
not
talking
see
about political systems, not race, skin color, or anything
I'm
like
not.
that.
It's not
We're
in a
talking
literal
about the
sense.
political system.
It's not in a literal sense. It's a North American.
Then why phrase it like that?
Because it's a North American translation.
But it's not.
It is.
Anyway, yes,
Come
Batgirl.
on, man. I need another
Absolutely
channel. You
not.
know I need another channel. Give me another hit.
Yeah, man.
I
Insert
really
coin
want to
theater.
take
Thank you
corner.
so much for the host, guys. I
See,
appreciate
that-
it. Boom.
that
Pound it.
logic,
Huh?
Your logic is just well, it's not logic. I'll say that much.
It's a North American translation. Why can't you see it? I'm a people person. Oh my god. Okay.
You're something, but I'm not sure what it is. The words escape me right now.
Oh my god.
And
So,
hey, Tim, by the way, if you are around.
God, that's funny. I still refuse to pound you. Don't worry, Batgirl. In college, I'm sure you'll see plenty of poundings. You'll be fine. Yeah, our little Batgirl's going off to college. Can you believe that?
Oh, she's all grown up.
I know, right? Ortega Swift, how's it going, man? Hola! Boom! Pound it! Yeah, I know,
Hey,
man.
Ortega.
I don't know. She's majoring in something stupid like arts or something. I don't know. Something that makes her parents cry. No. Don't give her that, okay, well, it's her life, let her pick sound. No, you
You do
condemn
you.
her like a normal person.
No. Your educational choices, for example, things like art therapy, are actually quite useful to people.
Yeah, you know what else is useful? video game development. Guess what? That's pretty useless too nowadays too. Graphic design. Okay, well that's slightly more usable than art.
Graphic design's wonderful, yeah.
Yes, that's slightly more usable. Actually,
it's now slightly more usable because Rex is thinking, I need to update my borders and all that.
nope.
shit.
I have an artist that does that for me, and right now we're actually working on a whole bunch of new things. We're working on some new T-shirt designs and all that. We actually came up with one really baller T-shirt design. Can't say it because we're still trying to figure out the copyright for logos and all that, but yeah, it's actually like a really baller design. I'm pretty proud of it. Art therapy is very effective. Rex, don't knock it. I knock a lot of things.
Have to know what art therapy is first.
Yeah. Come on. Wow. Just wow. Yeah, okay, you know what? Actually, I want to talk about this. Because on my other channel...
You want to talk about what? Okay.
It's based on what you said, not actually what you said. Like, kind of like just the tone. I don't know what it is with people on Twitch. Like, viewers on Twitch, okay? I don't know if there's, like, a parasite that makes you semi-retarded, or, you know, if it's just a fucking genetic condition. But every time I stream on one of my gaming channels, I always get that one tartar sauce that comes in through, and just, he feels like he's the know-it-all for everything. Like, I was playing a YouTuber's life on my channel 2 days ago, so Saturday night. And it's like, dude, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I'm barely talking. Like, I'm just playing this game. I'm having a blast on YouTuber's life. I'm having an absolute blast with this game. Yeah. And this tartar sauce comes in, and he's like just starting to like tell me what to do. He's like, oh, well, use this, and oh, use that. Oh, why are you doing this? Oh, haha, fucking retard. He's like, oh, the CPMs, they're just like real YouTube CPMs. Okay. The YouTube CPMs are not $1 per 1,000 viewers. Okay? Just let's get that out there now. That's not how CPMs work. And I don't know what it is with them and having to constantly come into the channel and just start telling the broadcaster what to do. Like, it's like...
Well, it's called backseat gaming.
It's not... It's beyond that, though. It's beyond backseat gaming. It's this level of mentality where they think that they just... where they just know... Like, look, I have never, ever in my life said, I'm the smartest man at everything I do. Not even close. I know people that are way smarter. Like, they make me look like I'm fucking autistically retarded. Okay, like,
I've just read insert Going Theatre's comments, and he took the word right out of my mouth. I mean, you and he have kindred spirits there.
Like, I will open, like, that's actually why I'm so good at what I do, is because I can admit to not knowing something, and I can actually sit down, shut my mouth when somebody smarter than me is around, and actually pay attention. That is what makes me good at what I do. And this, oh my god, I have had channels just full of these kind of people. Now, mind you, also at 2 o'clock in the morning, I have pulled in some amazingly chill people. Like, I have one med student from Malaysia who's one of my consistent viewers. Like, I've pulled in some really chill people, but I don't know what it is with these, oh my god, these retarded children, man. What the hell is that?
Oh, that's me taking a sharp edge off something.
But yeah, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's just where they think they know better. I'm sure you've had time. You know what, man? Literally never once. Never, not when it comes to gaming. Never once. I don't.
Well, gaming is such a personal thing, isn't it? I mean, you play the game how you want to play it, but other people, want to see they just want to see you play the game the way they want to play it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like a YouTuber's life is a simulation game. There's literally no like laser point perfect way to play the game. Like, there's 1,000 routes to get to being the #1 YouTuber in a YouTuber's life. and I'm just having fun. Like, I'm just having fun, making my minions make videos for me, and then I make all the money off of it. Like, it's literally what I wanted to do.
Opportunity for shameless self-promotion here, Rex.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, make sure you...
Batgirl wants the link.
Link to this gaming channel. Yeah, Okay, so that secret's out. That actually wasn't supposed to be a public channel. That's actually, a channel that's used for, like, research and testing purposes, but okay, whatever. It's a Tom
It's
Professor.
a secret source channel that no one is supposed to know about.
Well, BK knew about it because BK's a
know
mod in it. But yeah, okay, well, that's fine. It is what it is. So yeah, so that's one of the game channels that I test out new ideas and stuff on. And like new programs and new alerts and all that, they all go through this channel before I bring them onto this main channel. Because I want to.
You see, if he was to test something and all his regular viewers showed up, he would never. Yeah.
Well,
he'd never be assured that an idea works because it should work on its own.
yeah,
merits.
exactly. That's exactly why the channel exists.
Rather
Is
than
because I want to make sure
like it
that.
is.
And plus, if there's like bugs with it or like stuff isn't going properly, I want to be able to change it and fix it before it goes live. Because when something is live on the main channel, you want it to work 100% flawlessly and butter smooth. So yeah, no, yeah. So
And
that's
Snake.
so that's what we've been doing, and that's what I've been doing. And man, I gotta tell you that ever since I saw Soda Pop and playing a YouTuber's life, I'm like, I cannot wait for the summer sale. Because I wanted to buy the game. I sure as hell was not going to pay $21.99 for it. But I knew I wanted to buy that game. And I am so glad I did. Like, so very, very glad I did. I am very jealous of this British guy's voice, General Total Return to Pace. Oh.
I'm not sure what the second part
I
of
have
that
no
means,
idea what
but
the second half of that
thank
sentence
you.
means.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
So, yeah. We're just going to say I'm very jealous of the British guy's voice, and we're just going to cut your sentence off right there. He also speaks Italian. Okay, well, while you do that, while you speak Italian, I'm going to go look something up here. Get going.
I only know the one thing in town.
Do it! Talk.
Well, I'm ex-military, and I always try to, learn at the very least, at the very minimum, no matter what country I'm in, I always try to learn, please, thank you, excuse me, all the pleasantries of the local dialect.
Is your sister over 18?
I never learned that one. But in Italy, I did learn something extra. And it was, voglio baciarti con passione sulle labbra, per risalire il fino all'ombelico. Which was, translated, I would like to kiss you passionately on the lips and then move up to your belly button.
Amazing.
Yes. I was actually taught that by a bartender as well.
Yeah,
He was
I'm
really
sure.
nice.
Bartender. Yes.
Yeah, she was really nice.
The absolute height of credibility, I am sure. Played Age of
Actually, it was
Mythologies.
quite the conversation opener.
Why the fuck you learned what you learned? Okay. Have you
I
ever?
wanted to learn something fun, and I wanted to learn how to say it properly. So I actually asked how to pronounce it properly, rather than
What it meant?
yeah, I didn't mean what it meant. I went in with sincerity rather than
Amazing. So, did you ever get
Cheese and
slapped
slime.
saying this to a woman?
nope, never.
Damn it.
Because I went in with sincerity.
Oh, that
Rather
makes me
than-
sad. Have you ever
rather
played
than
Age of
cheese.
Mythologies? Dude, I played Age of Mythologies when it first came out. And I played the whole Age of Empires since Age of Empires 1. So for me it's like gotta work real. Okay, see you later, Ben. It's like for me it's like I'm not really super into Age of Mythologies. I'm definitely more of an Overwatch player, but like I said, man, I've been just playing. I bought the game on Thursday. Okay, so between Thursday and today, I have dumped 15 hours into a YouTuber's life. Between those 3 days,
Well done, you.
dude, it is. But it's a simulation game. The fact that you could dump
Yes.
15 hours into a simulation game that addictively so quickly should tell you something about the quality of the game. Now, I did find as I got to the higher end, like I'm at the second to last stage now, I think, and I have found a glaring problem with the code in this game. I have a 5930K processor, overclocked to 4.4 gigs. The game lags out my processor when trying to load all of the titles in it because the game doesn't have a sell all feature. So because it has to load up this database of images, it's lagging out my processor to the point of almost crashing. And I'm like, good lord, how the hell did this slip through Q&A or QA? So I'm gonna hope. I sent a tweet at Uplay Online this morning saying, for the love of God, please fix this. Because that's a terrifying bug to have, especially if you have like a lesser processor like an i5. Like if you have an i5 and you're not staying on top of like selling your old games and your old systems, and every time you click on a character, tell them to go make a video, they have to keep loading that database. It's gonna crash your game.
Yeah. That really shouldn't be happening.
Now, mind you, the game isn't quote unquote early access. At this point in my life, I've just learned to write off early access as the game will never get finished.
Yes.
A great example of this is Starbound. Starbound is been in early access for over 3 years. I have just made my peace with that. It's never going to come out.
Nope.
And you know what? That's fine. It's already a very high quality game, and people love it, which is great. I'm glad for them.
How about 7 Days to Die?
Dude, I don't know what the hell's going on with that game.
That's still in alpha.
Is it really?
Yep, that's alpha.
Now, what are we talking about the overlay? Oh, she's still complaining about this. God. Amazing. Yeah. I know. It's that way because I know a lot of people just kind of get really buggy about it. And it's worth it to me, man. It's worth it. Eric 1, no Pablo Espanol. Taco Dorito. I don't. You speak Spanish? Speak to him.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't speak Spanish.
You speak
What on earth
Italian.
have you
That's
done,
close
idea?
enough. I'm sure, maybe his mom will pay attention to you.
Well, I'm sure Eric does think you're fat and that you should get back to work, but...
Yeah, I'm sure. Is that what it actually says?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on, wait. If that's what it actually says, we're gonna go through Google Translate right now. We're gonna see, because if that's actually what it says, I want to see this. Yeah.
What about Darkest Dungeon? That was in early access and they finished it. I completely agree, Cruising. That is actually one of the rare things that has come out from early access.
Okay, wait, hang on. So, Darkest Dungeon is your example. Good, give me 9 more. Give me 9 more high-quality games that have come out of early access.
The
Okay.
challenge is survival horrors because none exist.
Okay, so here is what he said to me. Hey, fat and get to work not. Wow. Just... Okay. Moving on. Jesus.
Bad Spanish insult is bad.
Oh my god. See, here's the problem with Spanish people. Their language doesn't translate to English. Like,
I don't think Eric is Spanish. I think
if he
it's
went
a
through Google
really
Translate to insult me,
low-level
that is
troll.
just sad.
Yeah.
Like, at the very least, if you're gonna attack the brown broadcaster, and you're gonna attack him in a foreign language, for the love of God, at least go through Google Translate for like Pakistani or whatever the hell they speak over there in the Sandlands. Tits, gang life, strip clubs, all real. You know what? If that's what you choose to do with your arts degree and your life background, you go for it, honey. I'm sure you'll have the best looking bikini out of everybody.
Honestly, Batgirl just described the life I want.
We're normally
Boobs and
not
strip
Jerry
clubs.
Springer, but by all means, I'm willing to hear this out. Why do you want to get a sex change, Devious?
Oh no, I just want tits.
Oh, well, if you want, you can come to North America and get some McDonald's. You can have your own pair by the end of the week.
Wait. But I want someone else's tits.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna cost you probably about $50 in a bottle of tequila.
That's pretty sweet.
Now
that sounds like a deal to me.
You don't have a bikini body? For shame. You're going to college. How do you not have a bikini body? You gotta remember, nobody wants to nail a fatty in college. It's like riding a moped. Sure, it might be fun, but your friends are gonna make fun of you when they find out. Oh, that's one of the favorite things I learned in college. But yeah, I'm sure Eric knows all about riding a moped. Actually, let's go check out Eric. I'm very curious now. What is your channel all about there, champ? Sorry, you can keep talking about whatever we were talking about just prior to this.
Okay.
Where's Eric?
What were we talking about just prior to this?
I don't know. We get off track so easily. We have really got to get better about that. I don't want to bang anyone.
You wanted to talk about Brexit for some of it, and I have no idea.
We moved from Brexit
why.
to something. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so one of the biggest stories last week, by the way, Eric's channel completely dead, 100% dead. He's got no followers, no nothing. But actually, speaking of followers, the biggest news of last week that wasn't the Brexit fiasco was Twitch cracking down on viewbotters.
Oh yes, I did read about that.
Yes, I caught on to that story about 2 hours after it got posted by the Twitch blog. One of the marketing execs who I follow, he posted about it. And once he posted it, I went through that legal document with a fine-tooth comb. Well, okay. I quickly went through it with about as fine-tooth comb as I can. And I was looking at stuff, just, you know, what they're going to hinge their argument on and everything. And, dude, some of the stuff that they're claiming, it's like they make a claim in the document and then they give zero evidence to support it. It's like the viewbotters accessed our servers unauthorized. Define access, define unauthorized, and define, you know, what wrongdoing they committed. Not one of those three are mentioned in the document in all 36 pages. Not once. They will say continuously, I think like 4 or 5 times throughout the entire document, they say these bots illegally access our servers. They were unauthorized to do so, blah, blah, blah. But at no time do they actually elaborate at all on it. And they even say in the document how the Twitch system works. The more viewers you have, the higher up the card you get pushed to get more viewers. Inherently, they have automatically shown why the view botters existed.
Yeah.
They have shown it. The fact that the system is so broken that it creates
flawed,
a lopsided... Because they even say, oh, we try to level the... Twitch was saying, they're like, oh, we try and keep our playing field level. You know what? All Persona aside and everything else, everyone in this channel has seen it time and time again how lopsided the Twitch system is.
Yeah.
Everyone
You
here
don't get anywhere unless you know someone.
Yes, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And yeah, it is something else, man. Like, the document that they put out was a good read. And actually, it's funny because I actually know a few of the people who run those bot companies, because I had to deal with them for a separate side project. And yeah, it was like, oh wow, I'm like, they're coming under legal fire. Now, Twitch is notorious for not maintaining their resolve to try and push an issue. So here's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Twitch is going to go after these people because now the lawyers already drafted up the documents, meaning they've already put financial investment into this lawsuit, so it's going to go through. They're going to see this thing through. But after that, it's like, I think they're just going to drop it. They're just not going to push the legal issue.
I think they will, because I think they've just broken the terms of service, not broken any law.
No, and that was another thing. they kept saying they unlawfully did this. I'm like, view botting is not against the law. I read it through because they linked in.
Take care back, Gil.
See you later. They mentioned like all the articles, like, you know, article section 5-4 or whatever, and I went through the actual bill that they cited, the computer interference bill or something like that, and at no point could I see anything that would even resemble legal, like, illegal actions being committed by the bots.
Mm.
Now, I could see it in terms of like the malice. If like say Batgirl all of a sudden just went to some random person and just started like sending bots to their channel. That's an act of malice, but I don't think it's an act of malice on the viewbotter side because they're just providing the service.
Yeah.
So it's like, while it might be illegal for her to do so, the viewbotter is actually in no real way committed any crimes.
Yeah. It's sort of like, it would be a similar argument, you know, would a gun kill a person or would a person with a gun be
Right,
murdered?
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
if the gun's just left on the table, it just sits there dormant. Same with the bot channel. If no one's actually accessing it, it's not doing anything wrong. But yeah,
I mean, that is still, you know, like, rather hugely glossing over the fact, you know, that people do use it for ill as well as
you know what?
as well as good.
Most people aren't using it for ill, though. I will admit, most people are using it to push themselves up the server ranks, which is, in my honest opinion,
That's what I'd do.
I'm
if
not
it was me.
wild about it, but I see, like, there's a reason why, like, we've obviously never view botted on this channel, because I literally know everyone in this channel right now. But it's like, why I never turn down the opportunity when I'm gonna get hit by 4chan or by 9gag, why I really don't try and fight it. Like,
Yeah, and we will hit your question in a minute, Cruising. Please don't think we're ignoring you. We will get to it.
yeah, I do. We will get to it, trust me. But it's just like, you know, like, I don't turn it down because I know it's gonna push me up the server ranks. And look, Twitch even said, they're like, oh, people use view bars to try and get partnership and everything. Here's an idea. Remove the partnership restrictions. Look, I get why you had it back in 2009 and 2010. But in 2016, the playing field has changed so much in terms of how streaming is being done nowadays. We have we have entire companies like, oh, who's the hell that company that's always in our channel? Rocket Beans. We have Rocket Beans, who was a TV channel in Germany, closed everything down and became only Twitch exclusive, and that's how they make their money now. We have legitimate TV production companies on Twitch, and you cannot tell me that, oh, well, we still need to maintain this level of exclusivity. Screw that. You know what? If you want to maintain the whole, you know, partnered streamers can make their own price tag, because even though you see $4.99 everywhere, the actual price can be dictated by the streamer. If they want to charge $5.99 or $3.99, they can.
I think it's a corporate issue. Now, let me explain this.
Okay.
If, let's say Twitch had a... Yeah, and Tim at Insert Coin Theatre is exactly right. Smaller streamers don't stand a chance against, against that kind of thing. But that example, Rocket Beans, will be lining the pockets of Twitch.
Yep.
Now, here's where we also go. If Twitch provided the viewbots, or if Twitch ranked you higher depending on how much money you gave them, would they think it was such a horrible thing? No, of course they wouldn't, because Twitch is not making money right now.
Right.
They're making it, you know, viewbots are a thing, and they fill a niche. They are exploiting the obviously viewer-based system that is in place. Now, if I was to give, let's say I gave £100 to this viewbot thing, or gave £100 to be promoted to the front page of Twitch, well, if I was to actually seriously and genuinely consider doing it, I would approach Twitch, but if they didn't take that amount of money, then they would be viewbots.
And there are plenty of people who have gotten partnership off of viewbotting. Now,
Yeah.
there
Lots of them.
is there is a not a once again not a legal downside, but there is a downside to view botting, and not in the term, not in relation to Twitch, but in relation to the streamer itself. Is if you are found out that you're a view botter, that could literally cost you your entire streaming career. Not from Twitch, but I mean in terms of like companies wanting to deal with you. Like, it could severely damage your reputation by view botting.
Well, no, because then you're
No, it could.
whatever
Because,
whatever figures you put forward. If you were to say to someone, "I can reach 1 million viewers," then that will perk someone who was looking for advertisement. That will prick their ears up.
right, but
Yeah.
view bots are not real, though.
Oh, I know.
So
So
they're
if you get
literally
found
paying you for
out,
nothing.
is this person lying? Well, we can just mark them down as that they've been lying, and any figure that they
Yeah.
put forward would be a lie.
Yes, but that will spread through, because I know this might be hard, but a lot of community managers talk to each other. And when they start talking, it's like, if your name starts to get thrown around as, oh, you're a viewer, they're like, oh, well, we dealt with that guy. It's like, yeah, you did. And that can really damage your reputation. And it's the reason why, like, you have to find a way to filter your numbers so you always have the proper ones.
I think it would be widely hated because, but I think Twitch would like to do it. But I think it would be widely hated by the audience because then it becomes capitalist. Only
Look.
those people with the money could ever appear high in the rankings. But the thing is that's why Twitch doesn't like it, because it's exploiting the system and they're not making money from it.
Yeah.
If you were that person without the view bots, you can exist either not being popular, or you can be popular and make them a lot of money. Simple as.
Right. And, Tim is correct in a way. He's like, if you have view bots, you have no community, or a really, really crappy community. And in that respect, you are correct. You will not get a high quality, you won't get like a Co-Carnage community if you view bot.
Well, I think that
you'll
that
get more of a
does
soda
depend
popping
on
community.
on the psychology of the streamer themselves. I mean, if you're the kind of person that would just go, okay, I'm going to sort myself out 80 view bots every day for this month, and for future months, you're not learning how to be a better person, which is a lot of what Twitch is about. You're learning to be an entertainer.
Yes. Oh yeah, no, you'll never grow as
regardless
a
of
streamer.
which route of entertainment you choose to go down, you are trying to be an entertainer. And if you don't learn that, which you would by, falling over and getting back up again, as all of you have, and being interesting and being engaging, then yeah, you're not, I completely agree, you're not going to be a good streamer at all.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you of all people, you've known me for a long time now. And you've seen so many different ways of, like, you've pretty much seen me get weather beaten in so many different ways of how I've arrived to this current state. And even now, it's because of the community that we get in. And you know what? It's because of, it's not the view bots we get, but it's the people who bring the view bots that bring the cancer and all that. And it's like, like, those things are good for you, because they help teach you, how to handle crisis management kind of things.
No
like,
daughter of mine is going in.
thank you very much, Cruising 13. Boom, pound it, man, nailed it. Damn. It teaches you all those kind of things, but it's one of those necessary evils I think we need to have on Twitch. Twitch actually needs to have that cancer. Not in large amounts, but we need to have it. Because, once again, if you're going to try and grow yourself as a streamer, you're going to try and grow, like, your personality and your reputation, all that, you have to be able to handle people of all different kinds. And
I agree with you, but at the same time, I disagree. I agree with you simply for the fact that without bad things happening, you don't know what good is.
right.
You don't know the value of it. So, do we still need that stuff? I think it would be a better thing if we didn't, but then we'd just have a hug box.
Well, okay,
And
so...
that is equally as bad.
Because, once again, when I say we need the view botters, I'm not talking about the bots themselves, but I'm saying we need the people who use the bots. We need those people because they are they are what discern good from bad. Like they are the cancer of Twitch. The people who use the bots and who attack channels with them are the cancer, but they're the ones who you need because those people are about as bad of an experience as you're going to have on Twitch as a broadcaster, having to interact with those people. And we've seen from our channel, from this channel, that it can get bad at points. Like, it can get really bad.
I think we were rated up to figures of 300 or something.
Oh, we've been hit hard. And you know what, though? But it's taught so much about how to handle those things, how to diffuse those situations. Because while we do get hit by 300 bots, at least a solid 60, 70 of them are real people hitting the channel.
There's a lot of real people there as well, yeah.
So it's like, you know, you got to learn how to, like, manage that. And I don't know how we're going to keep that kind of cancer going, because that's why the view bots were good, because they had a way to attack broadcasters. And I know this is like the complete total like opposite side of like literally every broadcaster on Twitch who's not me, because I know
I do think they would disagree with you, but they would disagree with you because of a similar point that I made earlier. You know, sort of, you should get rid of them because they are a bad thing, rather than to actually appreciate it's the reason why we have laws and things. You know?
Yeah, but if you've ever read other people's channels on Twitch, this is one of the few channels for the new people here. Scroll down. Tell me what you don't see. And it's a rules channel. It's a rules
Are you talking
panel.
about sort of a Darwinianism? Is that what you're getting at?
Pardon?
A Darwinianism,
Yes.
sort of like the weaker people, the ones who don't know how to deal with it, they will quit Twitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
And it's not
Well,
for
I think anybody should have the opportunity.
And it's not for like my own personal gain. Do I have a vested interest in people going Twitch? Absolutely, I do. 100%. I have a total vested interest.
Well, every streamer does, yes. They all have selfish reasons.
But it's
obvious.
not. But my motives are actually not related to that. While I do have a vested interest, I actually could care less, because through quality and just entertainment value, I know I've proven it time and time again. I can put this channel at the top of the talk show page. I can do it. But it's a matter of people in general these days are so weak. They're so weak. It is unreal.
Well, some of them are.
No, most of them are.
But
no, most. Not even some. It's a most thing at this point.
we have converted these people who've come to troll us and insult us and spout racial hatred and so on and so forth. We've converted them to viewers.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a badge of pride that...
sorry, I'm just reading Tim's comment here. You may want to handle everything on your own and let shit run wild. I personally prefer to moderate and prevent people from being dicks overall. You know what, though? But that's just it, though. It's like... I get that, but it's like, oh my god.
Well, it's your space.
It's
run it
your
how
space.
You want to. That's the whole point of it. I mean, it's your YouTube channel. You broadcast what you want. It's your Twitch channel. You put on the shows and interact with people how you want. It's your bit. It's your little tiny slice of the internet, and
Yes.
you run it how you see fit. So each into their own.
I don't want them around me. Yeah, you know what, though? And I get that, but it's like...
No, I agree.
But there's a big difference, though, between having dealt with those people and saying, I just don't want to deal with them, versus the people who have never dealt with them and don't know how, and just expect everyone to just kind of be happy and fluffy. It's like, that's not how the world works. And, like, I will say this. When you get hit by Twitch trolls, dude, that's a little piece of the real world coming in hard and fast.
Well, that's not the real world. That's the security of anonymity.
Well,
you can create 1,000 accounts on Twitch on whatever, like trash email address. That's security through anonymity. People are allowed to act that way, but that is also a price of the internet. That's one of the wonders of the internet, because you can be anything you want to be. You are what you say you are on the internet. In real life, it's a different thing.
It isn't how the world works, but the real world doesn't work like trolls either. In terms of like a
That's true.
in terms of a 1-to-1 ratio, you're absolutely correct. But parts of it bleed out back and forth. You do have bleed over. And nowadays people are trying to just, even that little bit of bleed over, people are trying to get rid of. Like in terms of just people like wanting to, like, okay, a good example of this is I saw there's a channel I follow. I think the one I saw it on was Top 10 Trending on YouTube. And they did top 10 things banned by schools, banned in schools. And one of them was dodgeball. Dodgeball. Probably the most iconic game you will ever play in phys ed as a kid, and the one time you actually look forward to going to phys ed class. And speaking as the fat kid in class, I get to have a weigh-in on this because I pretty much went through every single trope that you could possibly have as the fat kid. Okay, being picked last, being targeted first, all that other crap. You know what? They got rid of dodgeball because they said that children who were being targeted... What the hell? Oh, there we go. Oh,
So
people...
your Darwinianism is showing. So you're saying the trials and tribulations of your life have made you the person you are today. You learnt how to deal with all that shit, and you dislike the fact that people can't deal with that nowadays.
I dislike the fact
getting
that people are
close?
trying to not have to deal with it. Like, they're trying to actively just remove all the factors and create this whole everybody gets a trophy kind of mentality. And it's breeding a weaker set of people. And I'm seeing it bleed into Twitch with the rules and the whole don't do this, don't do that. Like, essentially the only thing I'm seeing is don't have fun. That's the only rule I'm not seeing.
I personally... Why did it say cursing followed again? I don't know. Cruising.
I'm gonna say the word NDA, and that's about all I can say.
You can neither confirm nor deny whether your shit is working properly or not.
Oh no,
Okay.
I can tell. No, I can tell you absolutely. I can tell you absolutely based on what just happened. It's 100% working properly. But it's
working, but properly is a yeah.
It's NDA, and that's about all I can say at this moment. But it was pretty baller though, wasn't it? That thing was pretty badass. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, I thought the stream had died, so perhaps you should add a little.
Once again, a lot of my stuff is in progress right now. I'm tweaking so many different things.
But anyway, just to round up on this one, because I think we really get on to Cruising's question.
Oh yeah.
I have no problem whatsoever with rules on Twitch or anywhere else. Rules is how we define social interaction in the real world. Rules are how we define interaction on the internet. And if your particular page or slice of whatever is yeah, there it goes again. If your
I did that one manually.
Oh right, okay. If your particular area you don't want X, Y, or Z, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that because that's your little patch. You can't control it on the rest of the internet. You can't do that. No one has that level of control, but
Right.
you can control your own little area, and I think that's perfectly fine.
Like me personally, we all know I have zero cares about what anyone says or does on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the stuff I do quote unquote care about are literally the stuff in the terms of service that I have to care about. That I'm not allowed to ignore. Like if somebody comes in saying I robbed a bank, I have to actually care about that. I have to report that. Like it's not even optional. It's mandated by US federal law. And while I might live in Canada, I prefer if the FBI didn't knock down my door on an extradition order because I didn't report something. So like, you know, the stuff I care about is stuff I have to care about by Twitch's orders. Other than that, I literally give zero cares because once again, I grew up in this time where I learned how to deal with it. So stuff kind of just bounces off me like bullets off Superman. Like, it's just one of those things. But I think we've beat this topic enough. And honestly, it's something that I think we should... we're going to probably revisit this over time as the case evolves more and more with Twitch. Because I really do want to see where Twitch is going to go with this thing. But before we get on to Cursing's question, his question is up next.
Cruising.
Whatever. We're gonna take a small break because I have to go to the bathroom. You have to go fill up your flask.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I will be right back, guys. Keep it right here. This is your Daily Chat, episode 127, and we will see you real soon. We are back. Beauty of IRL trolls, you can stab them. And why did it say I follow it again? Because I wanted to make the little animation go again. That's all. Just because I wanted it. But yeah, so you back, Devious? No? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we are back. So, yes. Okay, well, while we wait for Devious, let's just catch up. How y'all doing? I got my energy drink. I was off this stuff for 3 weeks. I didn't take any pre-workout. I didn't take any energy drinks. I actually didn't even go to the gym for a solid 3 weeks. And today was like one of my first days back. Like, I mean, like really back. And it felt, oh, so good. Oh my God. Oh, Rockstar, you make a good product. Oh, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
Working. How do you think I'm doing? Okay, so Cruising's question: how do we feel about Kickstarter? That's a really unique question and something I think deserves its own part of the show because, show of hands, who saw Jim Sterling's episode today of the Jimquisition?
I haven't seen today's episode, no.
It's all about Mighty Number 9 and Kickstarter. Now,
the Mighty Number 9 thing, yes. But I am aware of it, despite the fact that, yes, it didn't achieve what it was supposed to, did it?
make you as sad as an anime fan on prom night. Look,
Yeah.
I think we all just discerned from this last conversation that we had that I don't get offended by essentially anything. And this didn't offend me either. But boy, oh boy, when you insult your actual target base as your marketing campaign.
Yes.
Look, I hate to break this to Deep Silver or whoever the hell was the publisher for this thing. Life is not How I Met Your Mother, and you can't use that reverse psychology crap on them. Because one, you have people like Total Biscuit and Jim Sterling who see right through it and tell everyone about it. Mm-hmm. And two, it was just a really dumb move.
Yes, it was, yes.
Now, what Jim Sterling was talking about today was the history of Mighty Number 9 from the start of their Kickstarter. Okay, and for those of you who are new to the channel, or new to the channel, or just joining us now, we're talking about Kickstarter as a tangent topic off of early access and games
hi,
that.
Dennis, by the way.
Pardon? Yes, hi, Dennis.
I said hi to Dennis.
Hi, Dennis. And just how it relates back. And yeah. So Kickstarter, something that took the world by storm and was like this beacon of potential and squandered into the ground and is now a festering cesspool of just...
May I actually add to that?
Go for it.
Because whilst it's not actual money-based where Kickstarter is, but Steam Greenlight, it's identical in its, enough people support it, it gets through.
Yeah, you're right.
And anything that you just said, the bad things of Kickstarter that have turned into a lying cesspool of, useless crap, that fake empty promises that never get delivered upon. Well, you can apply all that to Steam Greenlight and then some.
Yes, and it's just... I remember when Kickstarter first came out. I think it came out in like 2009, 2008, somewhere in that area. Because I believe I was listening to WoW Radio when it came out, and that was when that was Total Biscuit before he became Total Biscuit. Okay, WoW Radio was like his earliest days as a broadcaster, when he was still using Microsoft Sam Broadcaster to shoutcast over the internet. And yeah, it's one of those things that I remember it had such potential, and now it's just
Well,
it's
it did.
it's a perpetual ball of sadness. That's how I see Kickstarter. I don't even go to Kickstarter.com because I can't be bothered anymore. You were saying something?
Well, it does. It did cause a little controversy around the time of its launch, as I remember, because there was a wealth of what the papers and news called e-begging sites.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And would Kickstarter be any different? It was effectively the debate. And it's not. It's the most successful out of all the e-begging sites, I feel.
Well, it was the first one, really. Like, normally, if you're the first to the party, you have the best chance of being the most successful at it. Same reason why Steam is, still crushing multi-billion-dollar companies like EA Origin and Ubisoft Uplay. Because it was really the first one to the party, so it got that viewer base.
Well, it crushes Uplay because Uplay is bad. But
okay, well, fair enough.
Different thing.
Can't argue with flawless logic like that.
Tim says, I don't blame the service. I blame the people for failing to deliver on their promises.
While
the service
that's
could
just it,
do
though.
more to protect the consumer, they make it clear that you're making an investment and nothing more.
No, hang on. Whoa.
Kind of agree.
No, you're not making an investment. No, you're not making an investment.
It's not an investment, yeah. It's a donation.
You're making a contribution.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it might seem like semantics. Huge difference in legalities on how those words are interpreted. If you're an investor, you can actually claim back some of the intellectual property if the deal falls through. As a contributor,
there could be,
you are gambling. That's essentially what Kickstarter is. Kickstarter is gambling on an idea.
It really is. It's how good is your salesmanship. If you're good enough to make people believe that the product that you may or may not produce will come to light, then, yeah, you'll have a successful Kickstarter.
Okay, Mac, my ex tried e-begging and got $0. Whoa. Was she e-begging on the right site with the right amount of clothes on? Oh my god. But yes. And e-begging is a term I've seen thrown around in. At one point in my life I agreed with it. Even now I kind of partially agree with it. Like, okay, so like Jim Sterling. I'm going to fall back on him as my example, one, because he's the reason why this got brought to my attention. And two, I like Jim Sterling. So, go.
Okay. I want to liken Kickstarter and other things of this ilk to, I'll use the analogy, microtransactions. Yeah?
Okay.
Everyone hates microtransactions with valid and good reason. Microtransactions is a dirty, filthy word that shouldn't be uttered in good company, but in itself, it's not a bad thing. It's been used and abused and has become a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that is what Kickstarters and other e-begging sites are like. I mean, e-begging, that word itself carries negative connotations, but...
As you would expect it to.
I feel that that's how the public image of these things is starting to tilt. They're starting to tilt over to the evil side, the useless kind of side of things.
Right.
And that is basically my input and my point of view as to what Kickstarters and things of that ilk are like.
So here's how I see it now. I agree Indiegogo is the wasteland, is the e-begging wasteland of the internet. I absolutely agree with that. No one goes to Indiegogo anymore. That place is just awful. Like, you can get A's by typing it in on your keyboard. That's how bad it is. But I think if we all were to... I think if you ever say the word e-begging, I think the first thing that comes to most people's mind is actually Patreon. Patreon is really e-begging, made whole, made physical. And Jim, Jim
will
Sterling
say
is
for that,
one of the biggest people. He makes $10,000 a month on his Patreon. But you know what though? It's not. Some people have turned it from e-begging into proper careers, proper services, because they're still delivering a product on a consistent basis, day in and day out, and people are
Yeah.
seeing a return on their input, on their contribution. But Patreon has been used by a lot of people for just, hey, I don't want to get a real purple job. Can you just, like, pay me and I can just sit home and play video games? Like, I think that's where e-begging is really taking its connotation from now, especially on things like Patreon, is people wanting to just not do work, whereas Jim Sterling does work every single, like, Gymquisition, Podquisition, Gympressions, Greenlight trailers. He does.
He outputs a lot of content.
He outputs
for that money. Yeah.
he outputs so much content that you
Writes
can see
articles as
why.
well for websites. Yeah.
You can see why he uses Patreon, because there would be no time for another job, like for an actual, like, 40-hour-week job. There'd be no way. He puts out 7 shows. In some days he puts out like 2-3 videos. Like, he puts out a lot of content. So I can see why Jim Sterling has a Patreon, and I absolutely agree with the idea of his Patreon, because he also does not monetize any of the YouTube videos. So it's not like he's double dipping. He makes all of his money out of his Patreon page. But for the people who are just saying, I don't want to work, give me money, that's e-begging. In fact, that's just begging in general, or otherwise. And I think, like, when I say e-begging, I come Patreon, but when I look back at Kickstarter, and from where Kickstarter started to where it is now, it has turned into e-begging. Like, yes, you have some people trying to put out a few legitimate ideas, just like on Patreon, but the majority of it are dine and dash kind of projects. Some of them are not even feasible. Like, what was it? There was the one solar roadway. They needed, oh my god, what was it? $9 trillion?
Yeah.
Like, are you freaking kidding me? So, yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. If you could come up with a device that could act as a roadway and a viable road surface and be efficient enough, because roads are dirty, and be efficient enough to get power from, then that's a great thing. I probably would have gone with lining solar panels along roadways, personally,
But this is what I'm talking about, though. This project that they wanted was very much a e-begging scam, because it was, we're going to get all this money, and then we're going to say it's not feasible to do so, and then keep the money. Because once the money is in your account, it's in your account.
Yep, completely.
So I guess that's more of a scam, but still, point stands.
That is a scam. That is what all the world would recognize as a scam. But the problem is because it's done on an e-begging site, that it's not.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling an idea. You don't have to have workable prototypes. You don't have to have...
Actually, now you do.
Do you remember? Now you do.
Now you do.
Do you remember the laser razor?
Yes, that was the one I was going to come up with.
Yeah.
That was literally the one I was going to go for.
They got kicked off of Kickstarter because they didn't have a working prototype.
Uh-huh.
That was the reason why they got removed from Kickstarter.
Yep.
I mean, everybody would love a laser that shaves the hair from your face. Hell, I want it just because it's a laser. But that's something else entirely.
Blooper Man Rage says no. Care to elaborate on your no?
Yes.
But yeah, so.
But yeah,
I think that's where we've come with this on e-begging. It's just evolved. It's just evolved. Like, Greenlight, Patreon for the most part, Kickstarter, Indiegogo especially, all of them are they're just the worst. It's just horrific how bad. And once again, I love your relation to microtransactions, because it's so apt. what could have been a fantastic and wonderful idea has become super polluted, and just is now
Yes.
no is now is just not anything anyone looks favorably upon at all. Like, my attitude towards Kickstarter is the exact same as when I see early access now. It's just, oh god, okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bother with this because I know it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And
And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of early access games that don't get completed that are great proof of concepts.
YouTuber's life.
But, yeah, they never ever really reach completion because, well, there's a million reasons. You know, it could be through money grabbing and, you know, fakes and so on and so forth, or it could be through the fact that they've been employed by someone. You know, their work has been recognized, so they no longer have time to spend on this project. You know, it could be something wonderful like that. The thing is yeah, again, things like early access have become just as dark,
Mm-hmm.
just as disliked. I mean, when you hear a game, exactly as you said, when you hear a game's being released in early access, you think one of two things. You think, oh my god, I have to get on this, all of this in my face now, kind of thing. Or you go, oh, great.
Yeah.
That's another pipe dream. That's another, you know, something else that's not going to get completed. That's another thing that's just going to get abandoned 6 months down the way. You know, after all the hype has died out, they're no longer going to release patches for it.
Like, look, I only bought a YouTuber's Life because even though it's an early access, I bought it because I knew the content that was there, even right now, I knew I would have fun with. So I was like, okay, because essentially what it is right now is just a different version of Game Dev Tycoon at its current state, which I loved Game Dev Tycoon, so I'm like, if I can at least get that amount of enjoyment out of it, I'm good. And like I said, 15 hours for $15, I am totally okay with that dollar to hour ratio. I am absolutely okay with a 1-to-1 ratio.
Well, that's a little bit of a fallacy, but yeah. And Blooper Man Rage has said it was
Yeah, we said it was a
a
razor.
razor, yeah.
Yeah.
And we said it was a razor too, yeah.
Yeah, but like, when I see stuff like
The laser razor thing.
when I see stuff like what is it called? Is it Rust? No, not Rust. What's that survival game called?
All of them?
Okay, yeah, good enough. All of them.
Yeah.
Let's go with
there's
pretty
only
much.
one survival horror game that is actually released so far. Well, actually, that may be wrong.
H1Z1.
But earlier on in the year, it was
H1Z1.
right.
Pardon?
Yeah, H1Z1.
Yeah. Is Rust
That
out
actually
now?
came to release.
Did Rust actually get released? Rust. I'm surprised I don't own this game. I thought I got it. No, it's still early access. Still early
Yep.
access.
Still early access.
So, but it's got very positive reviews, but nope.
Oh yeah, it may be a very good game, but the point is it's still in early access. It's in that void.
Yeah.
You know, give me a completed product. This is why I turned round with anger. You remember when Ubisoft said Hitman was going to be released episodically?
Yes, I do remember that.
I turned round full of
You were pissed.
furious rage, yeah, and righteous anger, and I said, no, Ubisoft, I will buy your game when it's beep finished.
Yeah.
End of story. I'm not going to buy into any other half-baked, half-finished piles of twaddle anymore.
Well, and especially from Ubisoft of all people.
Yes.
What do you think about the Skyrim remake?
Which one are we talking about?
I think he's talking about the new
Elder
PS4,
Scrolls Online,
Xbox
oh,
Slim version.
right.
You know the version PC gamers have had literally since the game came out.
Yeah.
So I guess it's not even more of a remake. It's just Skyrim PC console edition. Because that's essentially what it is.
Still won't have the mods.
Well, no, they're gonna bake the mods into the current new edition. I think that's I literally think that's all they're doing. I think all they're doing is taking the mods, rolling them into the actual like source code, to make it to apply them all and then pushing it out the door. Because I
Oh,
did.
I have to say that's kind of cool. I mean, you know, the fact that they are supporting mods and things like that, that's got to be pretty awesome. Again, it's kind of difficult to squeeze that kind of stuff onto a console, but still, it's wonderful that the console community can go and experience a game again and have almost a totally different experience because they now have new perks, they now have new stats, they now have new avenues, they now have entirely new storylines, they now have, you know, the world has expanded again.
They're not getting all those benefits. They're just getting the graphic stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. You gave consoles way too much credit on this one. No. They're not getting all the cool stuff that we get. No.
Okay, then.
This is kind of one of those things where it's like...
another remake, Blooper Man Rage, and that is as good as you make it. If you love the Skyrim thing, then you will undoubtedly enjoy that game.
This is kind of like one of those things where when you compare consoles and PCs, it kind of harkens back to like the 1960s where it's like, you can eat in this restaurant, but you have to eat on that side. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like one of those things. Since if you have the game, the game Legendary, you get it for free. Okay, that's good.
No,
I like
is
that.
Pretty damn sweet.
That's awesome. Good on you, Bethesda. Now, mind you, Bethesda is one of those golden childs. So
yeah, Bethesda have made some small mistakes, which they do get vilified
every company
for,
does.
but at the same time, yeah, everyone does. But they do seem to. They haven't turned into EA just yet, which is nice.
No, they're a good ways off from EA.
Yeah.
Do they have a little mobile game that prints the money? Yes, but every company does at this point. In fact, honestly, even if you're a small indie company, if you don't have a mobile game that prints you money, you're kind of doing it wrong. Like, look, Gwent...
Do you remember the hype over the Fallout 4?
Oh, the hype on Fallout 4 was so real that they ported it over to Android and PC. Like, you're actually going to get them on a real console now. You can actually play Fallout Shelter. Gwent is now going to be CD Projekt's version of Print Me Money. Mind you, they were doing that already, but you see my point.
Well, CD Projekt Red are, in my humble opinion, deserve the greatest of successes because they genuinely care about gamers, and they genuinely care about being a good developer. Well, again, which is why they won Best Developer of 2016.
As well they should.
Yeah.
As well they should. CD Projekt and CD Projekt Red, the two companies together, are literally in such good graces with every gamer right now. They could probably kill a puppy in front of a group of nuns and children and still not catch any fire for it. Like, they are so untouchable right now with how much good grace they have for the deployment of Witcher 3, the involvement they've had with the community, the constant free DLC.
They didn't nickel and dime they didn't nickel and dime the community. They said there's going to be DLC with this game, but to keep people interested, we're going to be releasing free DLC in between the main big DLCs, which we will be charging for. And everybody was like, "Oh my god, you guys are awesome!"
Mm-hmm. And I bought the season pass. I bought the season pass before Blood and Wine came out. I looked at it, I'm like, I'll buy it. I'm like, I never even made it through all the way through Witcher 3. I ended at that dead baby storyline. And I'm going back to it now. Over the summer, this is right now for me at nighttime is the summer of series where I do like XCOM, Witcher. You know, I'm doing all these different on my other channels for just game series because as you've seen with how my life is, I don't get to play actually a lot of games. Like, I actively don't get to. I get to play a few rounds of Overwatch, and then I have to go do something else. Either go to the gym or go homework or something. So I want to go sit down. I want to play all the Witchers. And yes, I'm going to beat that road from Witcher 1. Don't even bring it up. But I am going to beat The Witcher. And yes, I'm going to do Blood and Wine. Yes, I'm going to do Heart of Stone. And for CD Projekt Red, I knew because I'd played in the summer, I gave them my money now. Because I thought that they deserved it. I didn't think that this was something I actually wanted to pay a discount on. I did not want to pay a discounted price for The Witcher's DLC. I wanted to give them my full money. And GOG, the service, is owned by CD Projekt. So meaning they got like 99% of the cash I handed over to them, which I am fine with. For $20, it was worth it.
Yeah. Well, if the chat doesn't have any more questions, then please feel free to ask. I have an article for you.
Okay, what's yours?
It is the end of an era. Resident Evil 7 will not feature QuickTime events.
Oh. Oh, I think I need a cigarette after that.
It is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I've always hated QuickTime
Can't
events.
stand them. Hate them. Hate them so much.
I've hated them because I'm supposed to do alternate button mashing and within like split-second timing, you know, certain button presses. I've got no problem with that. But they're showing me story on the screen. I can't watch that story because, you know, or how awesome the battle is. I can't watch like some guy get suplexed because I've got to mash A and B and then fucking quickly mash Y and then do a fucking half circle or something stupid like that. I can't enjoy what it is they're trying to show me.
Right.
I don't mind QTEs sort of. You know, the old sort of like, oh, you're pushing this thing, so, you know, like, mash a button. Yeah, I can kind of deal with that. But when they're actually destroying your viewing experience, you know, by taking you out of the game so you have to concentrate on all these individual button presses and things, that is nothing but bad news for me. And I hate those kind of things.
Right. Sorry. Keep talking. I'm testing something out here.
Okay.
A post just went up like a minute ago on Twitter. Twitch introduces cheering.
Yeah.
So there's a whole article that now you can like type in /cheer, and it will create like a little animated icon that does weird things. So I was just testing it out just to see how it worked. Oh, am I still here?
Yeah, you're still there.
Am I still live on Twitch?
And you're still alive.
Okay.
Right as I'm alive.
Well, my OBS is like white screening right now, so I can't see anything.
I still see your picture.
Am I moving?
Yes, you're moving.
Okay, well then good. Okay, as long as I'm still alive, then I don't care. Hey guys, Rex again. Sorry. OBS crashed. We're just jumping in. I'm just talking to Davis on the back end how I'm switching to OBS Studio. We talked about nothing during this time. It was literally down for like maybe 20 seconds. We weren't down for that long. Sorry. I know, I'm working on it. Gonna fix it. Next show. Okay, moving on. Let's go. Because I've been trying to save it for when I do the tutorial series. I don't want to have to like redo all my work. So I'm like, I'll just do it all in one shot, and then I can just do the switch over immediately. So
Yeah, OBS Studio's got a couple of little eccentricities that you are going to need to get used to.
Oh no, I've been playing with it a ton. I just haven't switched over. But like because I love the global sources like are automatic. I love a lot of this kind of stuff, which is nice. So, and mind you, I also have XSplit. I could switch to XSplit. I just updated my tutorial on Game Show this morning. Well, on the weekend, but the video went up this morning. And God, man. Okay, we'll talk about that after. What were we talking about before I got caught up? Oh, QuickTime events. Yes.
QuickTime events and how they've been taken out or not put in the first place in Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, thank God. It's just QuickTime events, man. Like it destroys a lot of my immersion for QuickTime events. Like stuff like God of War or Dante's Inferno. Dante's Inferno. I was head over heels for Dante's Inferno for the PSP of all consoles. I know, right? But I was loving that game, and then just the QuickTime events got to be so strenuous on my hands. I just stopped playing the game.
Wow.
Because it hurt my fingers so much. Because I'm a Twitch player, but I'm twitchy on a mouse and keyboard. No, I'm not twitchy on a console. Okay, I'm not a peasant.
It says your channel doesn't support the cheering command.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh well, like I said, I just saw the tweet go up like that moment, so I was like, okay, well, I'm already here. May as well try it.
Yeah, I just typed in. Was it forward slash or backslash?
No, it didn't say any slash. It just said type cheer. So I typed cheer. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out.
No, if I type forward slash cheer, it just says unrecognized command.
Yeah, because Twitch doesn't use forward slash. Like if you type in nom nom with 2 capital N's, it'll bring up an icon. Like it's just they don't use slashes. It's just words.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So it's fine. I'll figure it out. Oh.
What?
Literally, as you scroll down, there's a whole list of the channels participating in it. I didn't even scroll down the page. It's like half a scroll wheel. Oh wow, retarded. Lyric Summit, Dan's Gaming, Professor Broman, King Goliathan. Yeah, literally every big streamer on Twitch. Literally every single one of them. I know pretty much all of these names.
You see, why? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
My bitching about Twitch is.
Well, I like the bitching about Twitch because it keeps the thing fresh for me. But yeah, but no, I'm glad. QuickTime events are gone, and hopefully it starts a moving trend towards this crap away from my gaming. But there was a right. Okay, we might come back to the. What the hell was that?
That is a faulty connection. 1 second.
Was it me or did it sound like someone was playing bongos in the back? What the hell was that? Okay, moving on. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this company called Game Show. Game Show is a company is a software made by a company called Telestream. They are a TV production company, and they decided to jump on the streaming bandwagon and come out with a software called Game Show, like I just said. I have legitimately in my life never seen a more buggy piece of software made by a very high-end professional company in my life. This thing is horrific in terms of its actual functionality. It is a nightmare to try and work with. Nothing is labeled properly. Nothing is intuitive. Outside of my tutorial video has literally gotten more views than the actual company's website has. Like, and I don't mean by like, oh, he got like a few hundred. No, I mean, I got several tens of thousands of views on my YouTube channel for my tutorial for the software. Because my tutorial does a better job of explaining how and why stuff works in the software than their actual videos do by the guy who heads up their YouTube division.
Oh yeah, that's
now mind you, we all know, anyone who's been in this channel for 5 minutes can understand that I'm a person who doesn't want to just know how to do something, but why it works that way. And because I explain why, a lot of people seem to like those kind of videos a lot more, because then you have an understanding of something. But yeah, it is version 2.5 now. Mind you, when I last did my update video, it was version 1.3. Okay? And nothing has changed. Rain? Was that rain? Okay.
No, it's not rain. It is. I was just setting something up.
Oh, but yeah,
it's a little bit of your own applause.
Gotcha. Oh,
There it is. Take a bow, Rex.
Nice.
Take a bow. It's all for you.
but yeah, no, version 1.3 was the last one I did in December. Yesterday's was version 2, or today's is version 2.5. Nothing has changed. It's just as bad as it was before. The audio system is still just as broken as it was before. The way you set up scenes, just as broken as before. Nothing has changed. And I tried to work with this company. Because I really thought, because if you're gonna sell a premium subscription model streaming software, and you're gonna be competitor to XSplit, I want you to have a good chance at it. I think more competition is better for the marketplace, in terms of being
I
at the consumer.
completely agree. Yeah, I mean, what is it now? I tried out some streaming software, and didn't have a very good experience. I mean, it does have one excellent little tweaky thing on it, and that is two streamers can merge their streams. I think that's wonderful. You know, like if you're both playing a game together and you're teaming up and stuff, you can merge your streams into one single stream. That is awesome. The thing is I was asking about lots of features and stuff like that, and basically came out with from the I think the CEO that our software isn't going to support that stuff.
What
That's like high end stuff.
is this an
We're not gonna
NDA
do that.
software?
It's not NDA. I can talk about it. It is Infinicine.
Infinicine. I'm on Infinicine. I have it.
Yeah.
I have it. Like, look. Oh my god, where is it? Right here. Right here. Infinicine.
Yeah.
I got on this when they sent the beta emails out saying, hey, we're
Yeah.
looking for people to test this.
I was in on the beta as well. Yeah.
But because I was in school, I didn't have time, obviously, to test it out. It's been on my to-do list. It has been there. That's actually why I kept it. But I want, like, in, as you're saying, like, competition and all that. But it's like, oh my god, dude. Like, okay, so the reason why I'm not working with Game Show anymore is when I was talking with the guy who runs it, we're talking, and it was just one of those things like, hey, just heads up, in the coming weeks, just, keep an eye out on your email. You might get an email for a sign up. Trust me, you're going to want to sign up. It'll be fine. I'm like, okay, no problem. Because obviously, like, look, I'm not so large of a channel I can charge, like, physical cash, but I do a lot of stuff in trade, because for me, trade is worth it just as much to me, because I can still reap benefits out of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was, I send in my application and everything, I get it back, you have been denied. Your channel is not big enough, etc., etc. Mind you, literally all the critical feedback that had been coming in patches up until that point were for me. Because, once again, I was talking directly to the guy who was in charge of it, and I was relaying super detailed information. Like, way more than what most people would relay.
I was the same as well, and asking for features that I was basically given the kind of brush off. Where
And
it's sort of like, well, this is still a beta, and we may put that in the future, which means, no, they hadn't even thought about those fucking features.
yeah, and that's the thing, though. I always call them out on it, too, whenever I'm in a call. I'm like, we need this feature. They're like, what feature? I'm like, you never thought of that, did you? It's like, no, we didn't. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. And you know what? That's fine, though. Like, people make those kind of mistakes all the time.
Yeah.
But just the fact that you would snub somebody who had helped you try and develop your software to that level is just mind-boggling to me. Because it's like, at the end of the day, if they gave me a license key in exchange for my services as a consultant, it would have cost them less than because they're like, he's too small, what can he offer us? Here's the thing, though. The size of the channel has no bearing on the amount of knowledge somebody has. Because you got to remember, everybody starts off with one viewer. Everybody starts off with one.
Look at Dexterity Bonus. She does she sets up her own cameras, and she has gotten better over the years, but she still gets people in to fix her PC problems and build PCs for her, and so on and so forth. Her level of technical knowledge is still quite mediocre at best, despite being a lovely streamer.
Right. And the fact that this company wouldn't even sign me up for their partnership, it's like, because I was ready to switch over. I had literally had Game Show set up with all of the alerts and everything. It was ready to go that morning with Game Show.
What, with Infinity? Oh, Game Show, okay.
And I get the email saying you're denied. I'm like, well, screw that. I shut down Game Show, opened up to OBS, went right back to OBS. I was like, screw that. I'm not going to waste it then. Because I refuse to support somebody who's going to snub me that hard. Like, there's no point. And yes, I'm fully aware it's probably not kosher for me to bash somebody like that, but at the same time, though, welcome to the Daily Chat. I give zero shits. Your feelings don't matter here.
Should we... Oh, go on.
No, I was reading the comment here. Do you think it was smart to put a demo that's not related to the game? They put a demo out?
Yes, there is a demo for Resident Evil 7. And I was actually just about to suggest the same thing. Should we touch on Blooper Man Rage's question?
You clearly know more about it than I do, because I did not even know there was a demo.
Yeah, there is a demo. It's supposed to act as a taster. So there's no puzzles in it, there's no combat in it. It is just sort of like moving around the level in the Resident Evil engine kind of thing. I'm sure there are things that I haven't played it personally myself. This is what I've read about it. So, is it smart to put out a demo like that? Honestly, I think any demo is a good thing. Now, let me explain this. Back in the day, in the old times where mouse used to have little balls in them and things like that, people used to release demos. And that was the only way to promote your game, to get your game into the hands of the public and, well, let them try it out a little bit. The voice of the internet is here.
Oh my god,
Not you,
Manrat,
Rex.
what's up,
I'm
man?
talking about Victorious. Hey, Manrat. Yeah, back in the old times, you know, demos were a thing. They were a regular thing as well. You could try a little section of the game before you bought it. So that was perfect for the consumer and for the developer as well, because they got their game into the hands of lots of people. And, well, yeah. The problem is marketing took over. And marketing says, it's better to people buy out of ignorance and dislike your product because you still get the sale. And it is that simple. It really is. I mean, you can't disagree with that. It's just, that's how marketing is. And that's, you know, once they've got your money, it doesn't matter, essentially.
Okay, hang on. Pause right there. You want to hear about Brexit? Literally go to the YouTube channel after this. We talked about it right as the first thing on the top of the show. So we're not covering that again. So you'll have to catch it on the archive. But we did talk about it first thing on the show. And as for demos, demos these days do not have the weight demos had back in the 1990s. Because back in the 1990s, it was a decent horizontal slice of the game that they would give you. So you could get a good taste of every of the different features of the game. Whereas nowadays, a demo is falling into the same kind of problems that developers have always had, are having now, where it's like, screw it, we'll patch it later. And they don't, because when you sent a demo out in the 90s through like official PlayStation Magazine, you had to make sure that thing was polished and ready to go. It had to reflect the final product of the game.
Yes.
But now there is no way. If I ever get a demo that reflects the final product of the game that was not made by Blizzard, I can't actually think of a single company that does that. Never mind. But the point about demos is accurate. But what I don't get is how game devs can come out with a new game, push people to pre-order. Pre-order. Wow. So I went back and forth on whether to pre-order Dishonored 2 and South Park: The Fractured Butthole and Deus Ex: Mankind.
No, it's the Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, Fractured Butthole. Look, you can put all the marketing words you want in. It's Fractured Butthole. Call it what it is.
It's just a space. That's all I'm putting in there.
I lied about pre-ordering, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even know if I'm gonna. I know I'm gonna like Deus Ex, because Deus Ex, I watched Co Carnage play all 4 games right through to the very end, and it was wonderful just to watch, let alone actually play.
Yeah, I enjoyed Deus Ex too.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just hold off. I'm not gonna succumb to the pre-order hype and pay for this game yet, because also I'll probably get it on sale, which, while I think some developers deserve my money, like CD Projekt, I don't think Deus Ex is one of those games. And it's not just that, but once people buy the damn thing, the game is launched and they make major changes once the players get used to it. Yeah, that happens too.
Well, speaking of Deus Ex and pre-orders, that is a perfect analogy. Because do you remember what happened to Deus Ex? What was the new one? Mankind Divided?
Mankind Divided is the next one coming out.
Do you remember what they did
No.
with their pre-orders?
No, I had no idea.
It was customize your pre-order.
Was
You
that the Deus
could-
Ex game?
That was the Deus Ex game.
Oh,
the customize
that
your
was a
pre-order
disaster.
thing. Oh, that was a huge disaster. Yeah. Customize your pre-order. The entire world revolted against it because, I mean, well, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, essentially. Because not long before that, you had things like just other Ubisoft games where you needed a freaking spreadsheet
Yeah.
to work out what content you were getting, and here's the worst part, what content you aren't getting.
Watch Dogs.
Yeah. So there's a whole raft of things that, I mean, you're actually denying yourself content by pre-purchasing.
If you actually go to
Yeah.
G2A, you can actually buy the Watchdog pre-order bonus items as actual transactions. Like, that's how bad it was that you can actually sell the stuff off just so you can get the complete edition without having to buy 8 complete games.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I have no again that we touched on something similar earlier, Manrat, and it was
I'm convinced Manrat has been just like lurking in like incognito mode, not logged into Twitch, so that way he counts as a viewer, but he doesn't actually come up in the chat channel. I'm convinced that's what is happening here.
well, we touched on microtransactions
And early access.
And early access, yeah, we've done quite a few subjects, but the microtransactions aren't a bad thing themselves. They're a way for you to get more stuff, just for a very small amount of money. But developers aren't using them that way. That's the problem. Developers are setting extortionate prices. They're setting, they're basically paywalling things and so on and so forth. So microtransactions has become a dirty word. Anytime you mention microtransactions in a game, I have a knee-jerk reaction to instantly dislike it. I shouldn't, and I know it.
Right?
Yeah, I shouldn't, and I know it. But I automatically have that reaction. That's how much I've come to dislike it. I will always give a game a first shake, but if I hear the word, microtransactions, I have this like flinch where I just want to mentally hate the game before I've even looked at it.
But what's funny though is you'll have that knee-jerk reaction more with companies like EA and Ubisoft than with companies like Blizzard.
Oh yeah, I mean, if there was even a word that like sniffed of microtransactions with a Ubisoft game, I wouldn't touch it with a fucking 10-foot barge pole.
But like
In fact,
Overwatch has microtransactions, no one cares.
I wouldn't touch it with your 10-foot barge pole.
Right, but no one cares about the Blizzard ones in Overwatch. We've just accepted it. $50, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like we all understand. Like that's how you make your money. We're
That's
good.
because no one can, because they made the choice. I wanted progression. I wanted to unlock new abilities as I leveled and things like that. But no, that would be fucking unbalanced and OP and all kinds of fucking dumb shit like that.
In Overwatch?
Everybody else wanted costumes and shit.
Look,
But now I've got some fucking shitty costumes that I have to get 15 freaking times from these chests. And yeah, no, I'm stopping my rant right there.
see, like I'm glad they didn't do abilities in Overwatch. I'm so sick of RPG progress. I don't want RPG. Like I like Overwatch because I jump in, I shoot people, I leave. Call it good. Look, I don't want RPGs and everything. Not everything has to be an RPG. Like, believe it or not, prior to the age of the internet, we had these things of game called genres. And they were all separate. Fantasy was fantasy, shooting was shooting, and RPG was RPG. We had all these different types, and they all stayed the fuck away from each other. And it was glorious. I loved that time. I knew exactly what I was getting when I'd look at the back of a game case. I knew exactly what I was going to get. But nowadays,
unless
it's
you
like,
read the small print and said screenshots from, different version.
I knew I wasn't going to get... I knew in, like, StarCraft, I wasn't going to have to level up things. I knew that. And it was good. I liked that. I knew in World of Warcraft, I wasn't going to have to control mass armies. And I was okay with that. You know what? I don't need progression in every game. In fact, if Overwatch didn't have progression, I'd be even happier with the game than I am currently. Because I don't want levels. I don't want skills. I don't want talents. I want to just have a game where I drop in, shoot everyone in sight, get play of the game, and I leave.
Okay, Manrat and Waz want to hear analysis on Brexit.
Well, go to the YouTube channel. Make sure to follow the YouTube channel. And you can see, I will have the archive up within an hour of the show going off there. We already covered it, guys. We're not covering it again. Follow on Twitter. You guys see when the pre-show notice goes out? Usually your first day.
Rex is now gotten stroppy because everybody wants to hear about Brexit.
You guys can come back at the start of the show then. We talked about it. We literally talked about it for like 20 solid minutes. We're good. We covered it.
In short, nothing's going to change. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
What's the status
So where
on
were
the
we?
green walk? The fuck? I don't even know what the hell that... What does that even mean? Are those words? Hey,
Well,
hey!
and
Not an
had a
excuse in
fap.
2016. You have tablets. You have phones. And there is a Twitch app.
And had a fap to a picture of you.
That, as well, everybody should. Everybody should. Just here, let me give you this. There, you can have that one. Green wall that you had made, it's out in the other room. The green wall is great. In fact, I'm actually probably in early July, like on next long, because July 1st is Canada Day, so it's a long weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually getting ready to sand down the green screen and repaint it, so now it's going to be like butter smooth.
Matte.
What?
Do please use a matte color.
You have to.
Yes, people don't. They use high gloss colors and things like that, and high gloss green, and it just like reflects green onto other things, and people's arms are disappearing and stupid shit like that.
Okay, you know I built like 2 green screens, right?
It doesn't mean you're any good at it.
No, it does, because I'm clearly good enough at it where I could do it twice and have both of them work. Once again, that whole not being a potato thing and actually knowing what you're doing kind of go hand in hand at some points.
At some points, yes.
Killer Kiss Me coming. Good, man, I'm glad. No, man, it felt nice to get back in the gym today. Felt, oh my god, wow. So, we went to go get some family photos taken.
Mm-hmm.
I found out I have to drop about 15 pounds of muscle mass. Because I nearly tore 3 different shirts. Because my shoulder width has become so large now that I'm about to come popping out of my shirts. It's like when I was getting ready to graduate all over again. The same problem occurred. Where like my shirt was like, I packed on so much mass trying to get ready to graduate. It was just like, oh god. So
what can I say? I mean, you buy clothes that fit.
I do have clothes that fit, but
Schoolboy era.
That's the thing. You buy clothes that fit that when you start to pack on mass, they start to not fit. That's kind of how the word fit works.
Okay, do you guys remember? Okay, now I really do want to kind of go around the gaming talk show kind of subject just a little.
Oh, that's fine. Go for it.
And try and steer it away from your clothing choices and muscle mass and things. We'll save that for your YouTube videos.
Go for it.
Are you guys familiar with what happened with the Oculus Rift? And
Which one? Like what topic?
well, it's this actually covers sort of like 3 topics. First, it's about the Oculus Rift and how it was hacked so that other games worked on it.
Right.
Yeah. And how Gabe Newell came out and said that platform exclusives are no good for anyone. They're not good for the industry, and I completely agree with this, by the way, because I've always thought to myself, I've never understood console exclusives because they don't shift consoles. You buy one console, you buy maybe 100 games for that console, but you don't buy another console. You know, a game exclusive for a console is just mind-boggling to me because you could release it on an Xbox and release it on PC and instantly double your audience, if not triple it.
Right.
So why the hell would you close off that market? I mean, there must be more to it than you know, like if you get an exclusive, there must be a real huge subsidy or something. There has to be. So, Palmer Luckey has come out and said he thinks that Oculus Rift exclusives are a good thing.
Well, of course he would.
And shortly before this, guess what happened?
Huh.
The DRM, they released the Oculus Rift update with DRM in it, which actually broke this piece of software that allowed you to play Vive games with a Rift.
Yeah, the whole backdoor thing.
Yep, the whole backdoor thing. They released DRM and totally shut it down. Problem is just a couple of nights ago, the DRM was removed very quietly for no reason. It's not even in the patch notes.
Well, yeah, because if it broke it worse than it was already broken, if you actually made the problem worse by trying to fix it, yeah, you silently remove it and just try not to, just hope to God no one remembers.
Yeah, and on top of that, there's a lot of people echo this comment because, I mean, Palmer Luckey got bought out by Facebook. Yeah, that guy's got fucking...
He's got fuck you
standards. Yeah. Well, no, he's got like fucking standards, you know, he doesn't care. It's about the money. He doesn't care about the consumer.
That's
but
life.
one thing he fails to understand is that they're basically monitors. They aren't a platform.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They are not a platform. They're a peripheral.
Yes.
And you can't start strapping fucking monitor exclusive fucking games.
Yes.
That's just idiotic.
No, I 100% agree. VR
So,
is
yeah.
monitors. There is no data processing on it whatsoever. Zero, none. At that point, if there is no data processing occurring, that is a monitor. That is literally the definition of a monitor. Like when you take a TV and you turn off all the features that make it a TV, it becomes a monitor. That's what it means.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I agree. And having exclusives is an absolutely idiotic idea. And I'm glad that people are hacking it. I'm glad that people are taking a stand and telling them, no, this is not how a new fledgling technology is going to be.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the crucial things about it. The fact that it is a new technology. It actually restricts people. And you can't have that on new tech.
Nope. You can't have that on tech, period.
Well, yeah.
People have never reacted well to console exclusive, or any exclusive, really. Like, that's why PC people make fun of Apple people so much, because Apple makes everything exclusive to their own little ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas PC is just, here, go crazy, have fun.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And, yeah, so the big kind of, weird thing from all this is that very, very quietly, this DRM was removed.
Yeah. As well it should.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I don't think, Palmer Luckey is a sellout. He, at the start, when he was kickstarting it, he was all for, game development, developers, and just, supporting the thing. When he sold out for Facebook, he just became, some...
It's all business in the end. You cannot blame him for selling out to Facebook. It's all business in the end. Look,
well, of
I
course,
don't care.
I'm not going to
what
blame
it
him.
is.
I mean, if they offered me that kind of money, what was it, fucking all billion or something crazy?
The number started with a B. That's all I remember, and that's all I cared about. Look, I can invent the cure for cancer. If Pfizer rolled up to me and said, "Here's 20 billion, never release it to anyone," it's like, here, take the vial, have fun, bye. I'm gonna go buy a boat. What do I care? It doesn't bother me. I'm rich. I got mine. I got mine. And as much
I
as no
wouldn't
one
have
wants to
worded
admit
it
to
that
this,
way, I have to say. But yes, I do agree with you. You look after yourself first.
yeah, no, as much as no one wants to admit it, that's how everybody is in this world. Look, no one is going to say, I'm not going to eat today. I'm going to go help the homeless guy down the street instead. Not a single person will say that that wasn't Mother Teresa. And even then, I think if push came to shove, she would have picked her. She would have picked herself. It's
Blooper
just.
Man Rage
Pardon?
asks. I was just going to address Blooper Man Rage's question.
Oh yeah, what's up? Oh, well, Elder Scrolls Online a good idea. Oh my god.
Was ESO a
Okay,
good idea?
we got 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes before the end of today's show. Wow, can you believe we killed 3 hours already?
Holy
and-
shit, really?
Just want to point out, people, this is why I'm still the best at what I do. Is because I can kill 3 hours like that.
I mean, the guys didn't even hear about how hard I've been working over the past week.
I hate
Because
you.
well, no, that's because they joined, an hour into the show and so.
2 hours.
But anyway,
But okay,
was ESO a good idea? First, we have to address how was it as a thing? Because it was sold as the idea was.
Elder Scrolls Online was a disaster from the get-go.
Yes, it was. But that was because it was so vague. They actively withheld details on it. Because what people wanted, myself included, was Skyrim that I could play with friends.
Yeah.
Multiplayer Skyrim is effectively what I wanted. The thing is they made an MMO. And not a very good one at that.
No.
At release, it was pretty bad. And let's not forget how extortionately expensive it was. Not only was it £60 and, close to $80 or something like that?
It was $80.
$80 game. And also came with a £15 a month subscription or £20 a month subscription.
£15.
It was ridiculous.
They were trying to compete with World of Warcraft because that's what World of Warcraft did. $60 for the game, $15 a month. But here's the difference between World of Warcraft and ESO. World of Warcraft was a very fluid game, very smooth, very polished, very Blizzard. ESO was very janky.
Well,
the best one to go with.
They had tab targeting similar to Warcraft, and I tested this by drawing my bow aimed at a character. I was aimed at a character. I span 180 degrees. I was facing out to the sea. Let go of the arrow, and I still hit the person.
Yeah.
That's not Skyrim gameplay. I went in wanting to play Skyrim. I wanted to play an Elder Scrolls game. That was not an Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah.
So right at that point, I kind of, I kind of stopped playing it. I did come back to it in the future. And if you approach it with sort of, you're just going for an MMO, it's actually not that bad. The pay monthly subscription is, yes, it's annoying. I don't think it warrants it, but it's not a bad MMO. Is it an Elder Scrolls game? Well, I would say it's as much as an Elder Scroll game as what's that Tom Clancy game?
Rainbow Six?
No, not the Rainbow Six one, the one set
The
in New
Division?
York. The Division, thank you. It's as much as The Division is a Tom Clancy game, which is not.
Ouch. That's
It's set in. It's as much as it is in namesake. Yes, it's got the lore and kind of things like that, but it's not a Tom Clancy game, and it's not an ESO game. It really is that simple. It's just not those things. Hey, Sizzler Strips.
What's up, Sizzle? How you doing?
Yeah, it's just not those things. But was it a good idea? I'm gonna go. You see, I did revisit it, and it's actually not a bad MMO, especially now that it's come down in price a huge amount. Yes, I think. Was it a good idea at the time? No, it wasn't.
Nope.
Because it was definitely it wasn't what people wanted.
They were trying to
wanted
ride the
multiplayer
bandwagon.
Skyrim. Yeah. This particular one is we're addressing a question from chat. Well, we've gone over VR games, we've gone over microtransactions, we've covered so many topics today.
Mm-hmm.
But this particular one is, was Elder Scrolls Online a good idea? And yeah, at its concept, no, it wasn't. They dramatically overrated it, and yeah, the content wasn't there. There was, paywalling in the form of subscriptions.
They got to the party way too late. I think if they had come out in 2004 with World of Warcraft, if they had launched side by side, it would have been fine. People would have accepted the combat for what it was. People would have accepted all the stuff. But the fact is, though, it came out after World of Warcraft. It came out after WildStar. It came out after, what the hell is it called? Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
All games which had much better combat. So to come out with this very potato system was not okay.
Like, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't,
really,
and it's what really was the death nail for that game. And I hate to say that for Bethesda, but I think it was a gamble.
It wasn't Bethesda that did it. It actually opened by a third party. And
whatever.
I think was half the issue.
It was bad. No matter who the company was. It was a bad idea because they pretty much just gambled on a losing bet.
It was basically they wanted to make money on a license, effectively.
Yeah.
It was a license release because they bought the license or bought usage of the license from Bethesda and did not make an Elder Scrolls game. In my humble opinion, they did not make an Elder Scrolls game.
What you're saying, it came out after the great kind of... Yeah, it did. It did come out after the MMO era. That's exactly what it was. It came out after it, which is sad, because had it been on time with the rest of them, it could have had a fighting chance, at least for a little bit there. It would have still lost the battle, but it would have lost the war. It could have won a few of the battles, but no, it came out way after the entire war was over.
To your channel.
It came out after the war was over. Everybody had been laid to waste by Blizzard. You know, bodies were piling up. Blizzard standing there drinking the blood of its enemies and, you know, taking their women. And here's ESO trying to be a contender and it just got rolled over. So
now, here's a man who could perhaps offer a differing opinion because he's played Elder Scrolls Online, and
we all make mistakes in our lives. Don't feel bad about it.
No, and I'll agree with you, man. I feel ESO really missed the mark in a lot of ways. I'm kind of coming into this conversation a little
you are
behind.
A little bit late.
What are you guys talking about? Hi,
we're talking about
Rex.
ESO and the
going,
failure
man?
that it was. There, you're all cut up on ESO's history.
The question from chat exactly is, was Elder Scrolls Online a good idea? Now, that's actually quite an interesting question because was it a good idea? Then you have to address sort of like how it was released, how they kept, you know, gameplay and things like that a secret until after the launch. The fact that they used tab targeting in the game. So you could be targeted on someone, turn 180 degrees, I know because I did this, turn 180 degrees away from them, fire your arrow at the sea, and still hit them. That is not an Elder Scrolls game, in my humble opinion. But they wanted to cash in on that license because it was farmed off to a third-party developer. It wasn't a Bethesda game.
Well, it is in the sense that it's a ZeniMax title under the owners of Bethesda.
Yes, but
so it's not by the Bethesda game studio. It's by ZeniMax Online Entertainment, which was a new studio they started specifically to make MMOs and online related kind of games.
But I still commit to the notion that if it had come out in 2004 with World of Warcraft, if World of Warcraft and ESO had launched side by side, ESO would have had a fighting chance. But it came out so far after the MMO Gold Rush had been long since dead that there was no way it was going to survive.
Charging $80 for a game and then probably a $20 a month subscription.
Well, like, WildStar did the same thing. WildStar charged 80 and 15, and it died too. Like, it's the matter of positioning and timing. At the very, very core of it, while the combat system was awful, the graphics were below subpar. Like, they looked like they were being ran on a cell phone. at the very
They
core
weren't
of it,
great.
it was a matter of timing and positioning, and the company missed the mark in totality. It was so far past the time that people had stopped caring about MMOs as a genre, as a game style, as a lifestyle, as everything. Like when
So,
ESO
was it a
came
good
out,
idea? No.
when ESO came out, MMOs were in that period of where it was like, oh, you play WoW, I play WoW too. To it was more of a, oh, you still play WoW, yay.
Yeah. So my point of view on this is it was a terrible idea, mainly because the Elder Scrolls has been traditionally a single player experience, and something that we've been begging for many years is a cooperative experience with some kind of a
Yes.
drop in drop out cooperative. And so they took that one step further and said, well, then you want to play with everyone in the world. No,
No.
just with our friends.
Yeah.
And the MMO experience, unfortunately, a modern MMO does not lend itself very well to the kind of experience, the cinematic experience that you need for a game like an Elder Scrolls game to work. I mean, take a look at Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's the same exact thing. You're taking a single player experience and taking that cinematic experience and turning it into some, grindy mess where you have to gain levels and you have to play in a way that you never really wanted to, because you don't feel attached to any of the characters that you're interacting with, because they're just NPCs that you're going to be done with in 10 minutes and on another planet.
Yeah,
And it
and
doesn't
just send
matter.
you on yet another fetch quest.
Right.
And
Whereas in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, I mean, you had all the interaction, your choices had merit, and in an MMO, you can't do that. And that's the same thing happens with ESO, is you lose everything that makes the Elder Scrolls charming. Your actions and the stuff you do has repercussions in the world.
Right.
So you lose a lot of that.
Best
And
best part of Star
that's
Wars.
my issue.
and for me, the combat, they chose an MMO method of combat. I mean, if Terra can get it right, why can't anyone else in the world? Tab targeting is dead. Tab targeting should die. It shouldn't have even been a thing.
Well, I
I
don't know.
realised back in the older days of computers made of wood, fine, tab targeting was a valid thing back then, but it's not now.
In some respects, tab targeting has its point, has its validity to it. Like in World of Warcraft, especially on raid encounters where there's multiple ads, like little mini ads that kind of blend into each other, it helps a lot. It does help a super amount. In fact, I don't think without tab targeting you could do some of the WoW fights.
Then that's a game failure. That's a programming failure because they shouldn't blend into one another.
Well, remember this too, Furball, is World of Warcraft came out in 2004. So
Yes.
they're still
Yeah.
on the same system that they built
Old.
originally. It's the same
Exactly,
game. It is
old.
old. And I see where you're coming from. And I tend to agree. I mean, because if you look at more modern RPG experiences like action RPGs, which an MMO is kind of where action RPGs emulate for the most part, you can kind of place, you don't necessarily tab target, you swing in front of you, or if you've got an AoE spell, you target the AoE spell, which you do in World of Warcraft, and usually they're not like centered on a single tab targeted thing. Usually you just, you can swing or shoot your gun or whatever. And so the way that I see it is it's an older mechanic that hasn't really evolved that well.
Right.
They
It
haven't,
hasn't
they haven't
aged.
exactly.
Oh yeah, it hasn't aged at all. Terra has shown the world how MMO combat can be done. Terra is a terrible game. It has wonderful combat and it looks stunning.
It does look
looks
good.
so beautiful. Seriously, the artwork in that game is worth playing Terra alone for. The combat is sublime, but it's as shallow as a puddle, a saucer of milk. It's nothing. It can't. There is no story. There is very little lore. There is, it's a terrible game. And all your quests are go here, hit 10 of these, and come back. Rinse and repeat till level 65.
But that's MMOs that's MMOs lifestyle.
Yeah, I know, but it shouldn't be. So what they got was the looks and the combat. And Terra's been around for ages, and they got the combat perfect. The problem I find is well, again, as Tim said, I wanted Skyrim with friends. I
Yeah.
wanted multiplayer Skyrim, not the pile of crap that was delivered. So
Right.
I was I was a little bit disappointed with it on release, but I did go back and revisit it, and my misgivings were still there. You know, I genuinely don't like tab targeting. I think it's a terrible idea, but you know, it, as you say, it does have its place in crowded situations, of which there shouldn't really be any, because that's a game design issue. But you know,
fair enough. Like you're definitely not wrong.
so yeah, I personally, again, rounding off that question, I don't really feel that it was a good idea.
Sam, you got anything more you want us to add to this?
I've got nothing.
Got nothing.
No, I just got off work, so I'm still kind of like in that limbo where my brain is not fully booted back up yet.
Oh, so. You're at that part where, like, if you're drinking the beer, it's like, Daddy's not home till the beer reaches this line.
You are correct.
You know, okay, so I'm gonna round this off. I'm gonna put the final nail on this one. ESO was a good idea. Absolutely not. It was a disaster from the get-go. It was completely misguided in whoever decided to come up with the idea for an MMO at the time it was conceived, greenlight it, so it got baited, and the analyst who didn't pipe up and say, you guys are retarded, let's stop, WoW is hemorrhaging players for a reason, all those people should be fired. Now, with that said, though, a lot of things suck. But what doesn't suck is the Cooler Master Pro keyboard. 135 mechanical keys. You can get them in blue, red, or brown switches. You can grab these keyboards for a steal of a price in your Canadian market or at the US. Just remember, just click on the Amazon link below and type in Master Key Keyboard. You can get the Pro L, which is the long version, have the numerical pad, or you can get the Pro S, which is good for easy go on the travel. Remember, guys, it comes with a whole set of rainbow keys and RGB. Very bright, very vibrant, very much what you need. That's the Master Key Pro L and Pro S keyboards. Check them out at your nearest store. Okay, back to the show.
Yeah. That shameless self-promotion was legendary.
That was, well placed.
Dear Lord.
Didn't see that one coming.
Just dropped it like it was hot there. Oh my god.
That really was special, yes.
Brought to you by...
I'm gonna send that to the rep for Cooler Master just because I know he's gonna get a kick out of that one.
Tell him the reason I'm laughing is because I know your shameless self-promotion ways, and I thought that was particularly humorous.
Oh my god. And you know what?
That was good. That was good. I've got to hand that to you. That was good.
Thank you very much. That's called being a whore. You know what? Compliments will get you everywhere in life, K-Mac. But on that note, guys, that takes us right to the 3 o'clock hour. So I guess that's gonna be the end of today's show. I'll definitely be back tomorrow, though. I'm finally on summer vacation. Woo! End of the term with a 3-point-something odd average. I'm good. Woohoo! Oh shit!
I can't believe we just did this for 3 hours.
Dude, come on, really? We do this show so well, so often. Come on, and just like freaking clockwork, the channel's starting to fill up now.
Yeah.
Just like
people are just getting off work on the East Coast.
Actually, so actually, you know what? I'm gonna quickly put out some quick notes here.
No daughter of mine is
Thank
going
you,
into fatty
Big Papa.
porn.
Boom, pound it, give it to me. Boom. Okay, so here's how the daily chat's gonna work for the summer, leading into September. So what I want to do is I want to keep the show at a time that I can maintain for my school schedule. So I'm just checking my monitor here really fast here because I threw a memory card at it. I want to make sure I didn't scratch anything. So I have my school schedule here. I'm going to start doing the show as if I was already in school in September, so I can just keep literally rolling it through. So it might move by like an hour. By an hour or two, I'll have to talk to Dave to see how that works out with his like potato, well, I guess I can't say EU schedule anymore, so UK schedule. Brexit. We'll work on that, and I'm just going to push it a little bit further just down in the day. So actually it'll be better for most of you, since most of you will be home. And yeah, that's just how I'm just going to revolve it around my school schedule, so that way I don't have to stop like I did when I went to school in January, because I didn't have the foresight to kind of plan it ahead. So that's what we're going to do. So probably starting tomorrow, I'll probably just start pushing the schedule. So there will be a show tomorrow. I absolutely guarantee there will be a show tomorrow because I'm not leaving the house tomorrow. And yeah, I will see you guys then. But until that time, guys, this has been your Daily Chat episode 127, and it's literally 3 o'clock right now. Episode 127 for June the 27th, 2016. I have been Rex, joined as always by my co-host Devious Furball. Thank you so much for joining me, man. As always, it's been just a delight and a pleasure to catch up.
Oh, bless.
And for
You say the sweetest thing.
for the last 20 minutes or so, I don't know how to say your name, so we're just going to call you Z.
Tim.
Tim.
Oh,
Tim from Insert Coin
I
Theatre.
always thought Tim was British. I don't know why.
No, I'm not that cool.
I'm not that cool. Well, at least you know. Okay, well, Tim, thank you so much for joining me.
pleasure.
Maybe we should continue to stream if people are joining now. See, here's the thing. If you look around you, there is no gameplay on this channel. Meaning, I literally talked for 3 hours with no way to fill up or let my voice have a rest. At that point, dude, your voice
This
starts
is
to get
true,
worn
Big
out.
Poppers.
Like
We have done 3 hours.
And your
Already.
voice starts to wear out after a point. Like, there's a reason why most terrestrial talk shows are only 3 hours, or if they're like 6, they intersperse it with music nonstop. It's because your voice will eventually wear down, and you can even hear it in my voice now. It's starting to wear down. Plus, it's my first day back. I haven't talked for this long in ages. Like, I was
We
up
need
since
to warm up.
I've been up since 2 a.m. in the morning. I have literally from 2 to the time we started this show, I didn't say a word. Like, you could have heard a pin drop in my house for 8 hours. But we'll be back tomorrow. And plus, what is it? You always gotta leave them wanting more. Ain't that right, guys?
Ah, that's true. Thank you very much for joining us.
Here, you know what, Big Papa's just for you, man. Boom. Enjoy that special little follower. Boom. Nailed it. Kapow! Okay, guys. I've been Rex. That's been Devious. That's been Tim. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Take care, guys.